remedy for fear of being devoured by the masculine if you're that beautiful and you're that open and you're that surrendered and you actually say yes to love. We know that weight gain has a lot to do with love, feeling loved, and how we're feeling treated by the men or the main man in our life, or if we have a man. But one of the things that can happen is when you finally say yes, you may find that your life gets consumed and you don't have that time to yourself that you need, and that time for self-care, and that time for your family and your spiritual life. And so there can be this actual kind of gratefulness that nobody ever showed up on that, that dating site that you liked, because you get to have your freedom and your self-care and your creative projects and your career. Well, let's look at this though, and let's just change it around, okay? I heard Matthew Hussey talking about pacing a man, and I think he's brilliant, really. Matthew Hussey was talking about the fact that what women will do and people will do is that when they get together and they're really in love, they will just go wild. They'll be like, I want to be with you all the time. I want to kiss you. I want to hug you. Now let's do this. Now let's do that. Let's be romantic. Now let's talk. And they get sleepless, and then they get hungry, and they get cranky, and then they just keep trying to eat some more of each other, have more sex. And what happens is they burn each other out really fast. But especially for the men, because the men don't want to reject the women, and they feel satiated and hungry, and they don't know how to stop, because here's this treat, this thing that's their favorite thing, this woman who's going to give them her pussy, her love and her kisses and her openness and her appreciation, and it's just like, mama's here, mama, oh gosh. And so what Matthew was talking about is, he said you got to pace a man. Pace him. That means push him away sometimes. That means say, hey, we can't play right now. I need to do my work, or I just need time to myself. I'll see you in 4 hours. I'm going to go dance on the beach, or I got to be with my girlfriends tonight. These things, or I need to take a class, something really dry, like I'm working on my affiliate marketing. Sorry, can't make love all night. I've got to make love with my course. The guy's gonna be like, what? You choose that over me? And you'd be like, oh honey, it's not choosing over you. It's like, savor your appetite. I want you to be hungry. When you come to me, you gotta be ravenous. Okay, so that's the remedy, is pacing a man and knowing that you have the strength. You are so lovable. I mean, the women are afraid if they don't give everything all the time, say yes, they'll be rejected, and then they get burnout, and your unconscious says, I don't want to lose weight, I don't want to attract a guy, I don't want to be that open, because I don't know how to say I matter to me. Okay, so that's the first remedy. Now, what could be the recipe? The recipe for pacing a man. Pacing yourself. So we know that in the Gurdjieff work, wow, they talk about this too. People just totally overindulging, like, and how love, you want to have deep, unconditional love growing, rather than just this passion that burns out, that's all lust-based. Okay, so the recipe I think is lemon water. It's a little bitter, it's cleansing. And the lemon water is something you're going to do often, a number of times a day. You're going to have your lemons out, and your water, your love water that you're making. Remember the love water that I gave you that ritual for? So the lemon water is so cleansing, and it's so purifying, and it's a little bitter, right? You can sweeten it with stevia though, and it makes it really nice and sweet and tart at the same time. Okay, but the ritual, darling, the ritual for pacing a man is just to help him understand that you've got to have an exercise called withholds. That means sharing your feelings often. So if he wants to be close with you and sexy with you and with you all the time, on and on, he's got to do withholds even more often than if he you know, if he hasn't been with you as much. So guys hate this because it means accessing their emotions. It's not that they hate accessing their emotions, it's just they think they don't have them and they don't know how to recognize them. I know this because I used to teach yoga to a bunch of ADD boys, and my first question would be like, let's check in with our feelings. And they'd be like, huh? And I'd be like, your feelings, like, how do you feel today? Well, I saw this little red truck, I really want it, but my brother stole it. Well, how do you feel about that? My foot itches, but I think it'll be better if I put different shoes on. I mean, they really could not explain. They didn't know how to identify feelings. It's like, well, were you angry when he took your truck? Yeah, I was angry. So you're going to do this exercise called pulling withholds, and you're going to tell him you need to do it once a week or once a day. If you're really close with each other, you need to do it like every day, every other day, and this will pace him.